Um, I highly suggest you go and check it out. I'll try to leave the link in the description. But Dr. Umar Johnson, the name of the discussion was King Kong Consciousness versus Divestors. Now, with that being said, I would also like to talk about the part that I'm interested in, which is why so many black women are single. Now, before I talk about that, I want you to know that Dr. Umar Johnson had a problem with what Kevin Samuels was saying, right? So for all intents and purposes, I want to play what Dr. Umar Johnson was talking about on this In Retrospect podcast as to why black women are single, and then I'm going to come back.
Professionally, there's a difference. And what I mean by that, okay, because let me tell you what I see. A lot of sisters will spend their best years playing around with men who they're sexually attracted to, but have absolutely no promise for them as a husband or as a father. The woman knows this, but she's attracted to him sexually. He's popular. He's swagalicious. She knows he's not husband material. She knows he's not father material. But I love the attention I'm getting from this handsome, attractive, popular man. Mm-hmm. When she gets too old to be of any use to men of that type, the swag daddies, she now goes out looking for a husband. At this point, you're 35 to 45, still gorgeous, because black don't crack. But brothers 35 to 45, especially in their 40s and 50s, when they come across a drop-dead gorgeous sister who hasn't been married, and in some cases haven't even had children, a lot of brothers tend to back off. They say something ain't right here, because who you are and what you bring to the table, somebody should have been snatched you up. And most men tend to assume, and very often accurately so, that you wasted your 20s and 30s playing the field instead of getting serious about building your family. Sisters tend to do exactly what brothers do in their 20s and 30s, and that is play around and enjoy themselves. The problem with that is men can make babies forever. Women cannot. And so I think in the socializing of our daughters, black women have to pull back just a little on this independent woman phenomenon that our girls are being indoctrinated with, because I think we're overdoing it to the point of radical black feminism. And I think it's working against black women's ability to find a suitable mate in their 20s and in their 30s. Let me give you this. I'm going to give you personal. Mm-hmm. I was not one of the swag daddies in high school. I was a bookworm. I was the black activist. I was the nerd. I was attractive, and girls appreciated that. But they were not all over me the way they were around some of these other brothers. Mm-hmm. But guess who I hear from now? Those same women who they knew I was going to be something. They knew it. Mm-hmm. Okay? I was voted most likely to succeed in my class. They knew it. And I'm not just speaking of the girls in high school, even in my neighborhood. You understand? Because it was only but so many girls in high school. They saw it, but they chose the swag daddies. In me was a husband. In other brothers, there was a husband, but at the time, you wanted the swag daddy. And that's okay. If you only want the swag daddy for a couple years. But no, you want to play with the swag daddies your whole 20s? And then you want to go into your 30s? And you want to play with the guy with the Benz and the Beamer and the this and the that? Nah. Black women have to know when to call it quits. Get serious about building that family. Because what I'm seeing a lot of sisters do, and this is unfair. This is unfair to black men. I hear a lot of women in their 40s and 50s talking about they can't find no good men, right? That's partially true. But you know what the other part is?
Hold on now, let him finish.
It's partially true, but here's the other part. What were you doing in your 20s and 30s that stopped you from finding one then? Why do we have so many 40 and 50-year-old beautiful women with so much going for them, never been married? It's one thing to have tried it and it didn't work. I'm saying you've never been married. You know why? Because you was out there playing that field, having your fun. And then you woke up one day and said, damn, I'll be 43 tomorrow. And I ain't never been proposed to, and I ain't never even thought about it. Now, all of a sudden, you're in a rush to get married. And because brothers are not jumping at the opportunity because they know there must be a story here, all of a sudden, we're not serious. Don't get me wrong. There's some truth to the narrative. But the other part of the narrative, Black women are waiting too long to get serious about building family.
Now,